right. Fuck yeah. What date?
Wait, your birthday's next week, Jeff?
Yeah, I don't even want to say because I don't want people to know my birthday is.
Well,
What's next week?
You wouldn't
So
want
what
this.
is it? June
Weird.
14th.
It's the
not
10th.
say anything.
It's
we
the
are
10th.
June 10th,
definitely gonna have a cake for you at Electric Forest.
Let's go.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Bring those microphones up to your beautiful lips.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm
Get
I'm
good.
gonna go like this.
Oh, okay.
Get good.
Well, are we starting?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Get good.
Well, yeah, we're rolling. But are we
Should
going?
should we roll the intro?
Roll the intro.
Star Wars.
Oh, you interrupted. I was gonna edit that in.
Bum, bum,
That's
bum,
gonna be
bum.
somewhere.
Dude, really? The Star Wars theme? That'd be sick.
Dun, dun, dun.
No,
So-
you doing it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Great.
There's a video of someone scratching that in an old battle contest.
Oh, that's sick.
I've seen that.
Yeah. Popped up on
Sick.
Instagram.
Yep.
Have you seen the floppy disk symphony of the Imperial March, too?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, like the sound old floppies used to make, like when the sound, I don't know, just like a beeping, buzzing sound, and people have figured out how to make it be like a one specific key, and of course someone hooked it up to a MIDI sequencer, and he's playing whatever he wants with
Nice.
floppy disks.
Wow.
Nice.
So yeah, what's up, everyone? This is episode number 5 of Who's Up Next?
Who's
the
up next?
Music podcast where we play our favorite tunes, talk about our favorite things in the scene, and interview special guests.
Yeah, maybe a special guest tonight. We'll see. Maybe. Who knows? You have to stay tuned.
We're on a pretty hot streak with special guests.
Yeah.
We've had, last 2 special guests?
2 in a row. Yeah.
2 in a row.
They showed up.
Yeah, so let us know down in the comments who you want to see as a special guest, and we'll try our hardest to get them on the show for you.
Yeah.
We have some connections at local
Party
institutions.
cities.
Local institutions, that's right. Princeton University bringing
Or,
us Robert Santana. And
Or Dead and Co. lot, that too.
what about Dead and Clolot?
I mean, that's where I found Jerry.
Oh, that's where we found
It's
Jerry.
It's also
that's right.
a somewhat local institute. It's a worldwide
It's a
institution.
worldwide local institution.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it Shakedown Street?
It was on a Shakedown Street.
Nice.
Yeah, of course. Anyway.
Should we get into the music?
Yeah, let's
think
get into
so.
the music. Let's get Ryan,
Alrighty.
Gavin
Ryan
on the decks first to spin. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Speaking of Star Wars, did you guys ever... Ryan Taraboki, my roommate, has been watching Star Trek. The
Never
new,
gotten
I don't know if
into
that's...
Star Trek.
Do you guys like that?
Have you ever
Yeah,
seen
wait, that's like the most sacrilegious thing to be like. Speaking of Star Wars,
Yeah.
like, what about Star Trek?
No, I don't. I
Get
don't watch.
fucked.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't watch either. So I don't really.
unsubscribe?
One drink, two drinks, three drinks, four. She had eyes that I couldn't ignore. I chatted her up out on the dance floor. She was out of cigarettes, so I walked her to the store. Skirt pulled up, push against the wall, but she pauses just to take a call. Joanne says, "Well, what the fuck are you doing? All these doors gonna be over." Now I can't help but overhear as I'm kissing from her neck to her ear. Well, if anything, man, I mean it back. Oh, please, I'm over that. Anyways, let me call you back. Why? Cause it's all big talk to the rock. Sometimes just one of those nights, and you never had it happen to you. Then you go home too soon, go home too soon. You can blame it on the music, but it wouldn't be right. I admit it. What's to say? I relive it without pain. Backstreet lover on the side of the road. I got a bomb in my temple that is gonna explode. I got a 6-sticky gauge buried under my clothes. I play. Once upon a time, I could control myself. Once upon a time, I could lose myself. Oh, try and mimic what's the saying? I am in it. Where do I stand? Indian summer and I hate the heat. I got a backseat lover on the passenger seat. I got my hand in my pocket so determined to squeeze. I pray. Once upon a time, I could control myself. Once upon a time, I could lose myself.
And Gavin
Ryan.
on the deck.
Very
That's
nice.
me.
What an eclectic set.
Eclectic set.
Loved it.
That was my favorite one on the podcast for sure.
Yeah, dude. That's,
Thank you.
That's what it's all about, man. Taking risks, mixing up the genres,
No risket, no biscuit.
No
baby.
risky,
No.
no biscuit. That's
Yeah,
right.
dude.
Biscuit, no biscuit.
off the cuff.
Off the cuff. That's right. I selected these songs 30 seconds before starting.
That's what you gotta do. That's the whole. That's what we aim to do here. Take chances.
Do it live.
Do it live.
So when you're
nice.
DJing, can you take like isolate instruments and just do the bass for a song or whatever?
That's an excellent question. So, like, yes, classic DJ, you use like the equalizer, like the mids, the treble, the bass knob to try and like take out or embellish the parts that you do want to hear.
Oh,
right?
so you have to do it yourself though. It's
Yes.
not just like you
Oh,
get the stems
100%.
or something like.
Well, so for forever, right? Like you did have to do it yourself, and you take the bass out if you want to take like the bass and the drums out or whatever, and if you want to boost the vocals, you boost the treble. But nowadays, and including this controller, modern controllers have stems capability. With AI, you just press a button and you can take the drums out, or you can
So it
isolate the
generates
vocals.
the stems for you. It's not like you have the stems already. Like it makes
Yeah.
them for you.
It makes
Yeah.
for
That's
it.
On the fly.
unbelievably sick. That's
It's-
really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
It
It's
is.
on the fly.
It's so crazy.
And then also,
Yeah.
can you just take little parts of songs, loop that, and just only use that part?
yes,
In
course,
the
man.
at the end of the Pearl Jam song, that when you were fading out, the just that part, I want to hear that just looped with drums. You know what I
you
mean?
loop it.
you could do that.
loop it.
There's looping buttons right on the top. So like the
Yeah.
left one is start, the middle one is stop, and you can just be like start here, stop here, and as soon as you press stop, it'll loop again.
Yeah,
Yep.
sick.
That's
And
my
you can-
that's actually my favorite way of actually introducing a new song to come up next.
It's coming from a loop.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
coming from
yeah.
a loop.
Yeah, you know the freak out with the bass
Yep.
with TikTok by Kesha.
That's right, Kesha.
Sorry, all the
Sorry,
yeah.
Kesha.
With
Katy Perry
the
and Miley
dollars.
Cyrus fans, we
Apologies.
infuriate.
And Miley Cyrus with the dollar sign.
Key $sign ha.
Correct.
Cash
Cash.
sign.
I don't think I'll be able to say it again the way I did just now.
Yeah, my roommate was actually just like, dude, it was cash.
It's Kesha.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, I was just
Christina
like, I don't know.
texted me.
Yeah.
She was like, how dare you do my girl dirty
Yeah,
like
I-
that?
Very offended.
I said Miley Cyrus, trying to be sarcastic, but it actually came out sounding like I think it was Miley Cyrus. And I'm
She
like,
was
no,
upset.
I had no idea.
You morons.
How dare you?
How
hit
dare
sensation
I?
of 20 17 or
Yeah.
whatever it was.
How do you not know $1
well
sign?
before 2017.
Yeah,
See, we don't know.
yeah, we're gonna get roasted for that.
Roast us. We want the roast.
2011,
We're craving it.
2012,
Roast it.
around there.
I couldn't tell you. but
Yeah, it was definitely. It was.
I could see
it was
that.
definitely before TikTok as
Earlier
an app
on, yeah.
existed.
Okay.
But it's spelled
Sure.
TikTok, I think. Like it is spelled like
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's a
TIK.
good point
It
because
is.
that would have been like.
That's why I picked
Oh, it
it.
would have been a lawsuit
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah, you would have heard about that in some fashion.
and
But-
and the song probably would have been more about TikTok itself, the app that we have today.
Right.
Yeah, I was saying more
Great point.
TikTok on the clock. The party don't stop and no.
Are we going to start doing bars on the podcast? You watch Channel 5 or All Gas, No Breaks. It's
All
like his
Gas,
running
just
gag
spit
is just like,
bars.
yeah, everyone is always spitting bars. Like,
Hell
you
yeah.
put up enough people on camera, like, someone's going to have bars.
Well,
I'm down.
I can rap, as you know. I don't want to rap.
You don't want to rap?
Stick
Sure,
around
I
for
was
next
so
episode.
like-
where
Yeah.
Sam raps.
I can rap. Oh, yep, Sam raps.
We might have some tracks though that have me rapping on it, like that G-Funk song that we made
yeah.
with like a rap on it.
Yeah, I was busy this week, so I didn't get a chance to go through like other originals that I made. But I have a couple of tracks with you rapping on. They're actually really good. I have like some drum and bass tracks.
And we
that
got
I-
like Laura on there too.
oh, dude, Laura's diss track. We can't.
She's like,
we
Sam
believe it."
can't rap. He's white.
What did she also diss Drake? Is that
Exactly.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just make sure.
she heard me rap and she's like, I can't just have this white guy rap for you, Ryan. Like, I need to get on this. But anyway, actually, going back though to what Jeff was talking about like stems and all that. Like, can you explain like how do people used to do it when it was just vinyl?
Yeah. So I mean, you know what's so convenient is we actually have kind of like an old school DJ mixer here, which
Yep.
I'll hold up to my
There
camera.
you go.
There we go. So you have like a mixer like this, right? It's got two decks. You know, you got the volume for the one, the other one, and then you got these equalizer knobs here in the middle for both sides. So you got like the low pass, the medium pass, the high pass, or the bass, the middle, the treble. You probably have seen these knobs in your car stereo, your home stereo. So, like, if you were playing a track and you wanted to take out the drums, like maybe you have like a disco track, like the Chic song or whatever, that's got the cool vocals, you would turn down the bass knob, and the bass, you know, is where like the thump of the drums are. So if you take the bass out and maybe you take like a little bit of the mids out, you're not going to get all of the drums out, but like what's going to be left is going to be mostly vocals. And then when you layer that in a little bit, you know, you bring it up alongside the track that's already playing, you know, the drums that are still left in there blend in a way that kind of, I don't know, that's kind of the happy accident zone, right? Like you're not sure how that part's going to sound, and like it can sound really cool. It can have like cool shuffle and stuff.
Yeah.
Could sound not so good, and you
Right.
try and get through it quick.
I do have another question about that. So, like, I think a couple of these ago, I said that it seems to me like a lot of times it's just like you replace the drums in a track or something. Is that actually because you're not replacing the drums? You're just already playing a remix of the original song from the beginning. It already had altered drums. You're already playing
Indeed.
a track with altered drums.
Yeah, the
Like,
last.
'cause you hear so much popular music DJ'd, but the drums are different, like a dance beats on it or something like that. And
Yeah.
I always thought that was the DJ doing that. The DJ takes the original song, gets rid of the drums, and then he throws a house beat on it or something, and then does a little of this action. But the songs already has
Little
different
this
drums or whatever.
What action was that?
Can you
One of these
just
guys.
redisplay the action?
Yeah.
No, yes. I mean, so the last couple of weeks, some of the, like the Chic song and like some of the other classic songs, nothing today, but like some of the other songs from last week, those were remixes that someone did on a computer. They like isolated the vocals. They like spent more time trying to get that stuff out. But they probably did the same thing. Like if they didn't have stems from Chic, which they definitely didn't, like they just surgically used equalizers to take the drums out and try and find the parts that whatever. And then they just slapped that house bass on there.
And they would do that in like Ableton or something, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I see. Like, you know, big remix DJs like James Hype. You know, he'll just like take a clip from like YouTube or something, throw it into Ableton, use an
Or
equalizer,
Logic.
Logic is another popular DAW.
To be
digital
honest, I
audio
think this is
workstation.
making me realize that DJs do even less than I thought.
Like I said, like it's not in the. It's not what they're doing; it's what they know about,
It really
about the tunes.
I think it depends too, like the level of DJ, like where like you can get 4 tracks, like there's like on this controller here, right? You could do a ton with it, and like I mean, like I think it from me trying to do it,
I'm clipping that for sure.
I'll say this. I do think the opposite. I think DJs do a lot more than I thought they did.
It's a lot of parallel processing. Let's put it that way, right? Like you have to think about not only what's happening right now, but what's coming up next, and then what you want to come up next, right?
Totally.
So the current track that's happening right now, it's going to continue unless you're looping it, and you have to plan out, in X number of bars. Like I want this to happen, and then I want this to happen, right? So yeah, a lot of people really only focus on 2 decks or two tracks. But something like this, you can absolutely go another step forward and get that 3rd, 4th deck. And then there's also samples, right? Where you can just hit a button and play a sound, right? And you could just layer that over without even needing to use another deck.
Samples. I don't know if anything's loaded on there, but
I think it stays with the computer, so yeah.
oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, so I mean, like some DJs will like finger drum on top of that stuff.
Exactly. The old air horn going.
Probably a lot of the drum and bass guys, right? That do that finger.
Oh yeah,
drum and bass.
MPC style.
Yeah. Like Fred again. Like he'll just make a new song right there from samples from all of his other songs and other songs. You know what I mean? Like it's actually true entertainment.
Yeah.
Fred's whole thing really is like the highest entertainment, I think, for in the DJ thing. He's doing a lot up there.
James Hype is up there too. I
for
know
sure.
his ego's through the roof, but like he actually does
good.
perform.
I like
He
James.
is a really good performer. Like I'll give it to him.
It was a good show.
He's got a good persona for sure with the hype and the hype fam.
Yeah.
I think I caught COVID at a show.
Dude, that was another one where we were like, is this dude even here? Like when we got there.
Yeah.
And in fact, I'm sure he wasn't because he played a show earlier that day.
In
AC.
AC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we were
he was
like,
probably
maybe
driving up.
Yeah, maybe we should have gone to that one. He's like sleeping at the hotel or whatever. He gets on at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
We didn't stay that long.
No.
No, but when we did stay, like the period we stayed was very good.
No, it was super entertaining.
High
High quality.
It was a fun time.
James
High
Hype is
quality
definitely like
DJing.
the king of looping. Like he'll just like take whatever's happening, loop it, see what we can do. He's got some trademark things that he does with the loops that are cool.
Yeah.
I feel busy up there. I resent the fact that you think that I do even less
Wait.
than
You told me that you do even less than I had previously thought.
To bring it home for a second here, I think there's a good analogy here. Being a DJ is a lot like
Being the Pope.
No. Although maybe.
In what way?
Yeah, hold on.
I don't know. I've never been a
that.
Pope. I have no idea.
Holding a
why would you say
scepter,
that?
having a
Everybody
tall
would be funny.
hat.
Okay, fair enough.
I was gonna say it's a lot like being an offensive lineman. People,
This analogy is definitely going to make more sense than the Pope one. I can tell right now.
Sure.
people don't notice when you do your job well,
There you go.
but they notice when you do your job poorly.
I feel like we're still talking about the Pope.
I also
We could be.
We could be talking about the Pope.
I
No,
also
but I see what you're- I know what
I
you
would
mean.
almost say it's like closer to a defensive lineman in that
Sure.
respect because honestly, like you do notice when they do their job really
That's a
well.
good point.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we were just talking about how James Hype does his job
That's
really
that's
really
a very
well,
good
and
point.
you notice that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
It's interesting to watch. Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like a basis too.
High entertainment
High
value.
entertainment
Yeah.
value. Yeah, he makes it clear that like something's happening. He's doing something. He does a lot more of the.
Yeah. But even when he's not super animated, you could hear it. Well, we could hear it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we have a decent idea of what he's doing. But you can tell because the music he's playing isn't just the music.
Yeah.
Right.
There's added layers
it's
to
all
it.
layers.
Whether it's effects, whether it's a
Yeah.
different track playing at the same time, whether it's the tempo's up, whatever it is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? A good DJ is doing something along those lines, and the trained ear will notice it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
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 How about the untrained ear, though?
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought up the untrained ear, Jeff. I was just thinking earlier today about this idea of like the musician's ear and like the regular listener's ear or whatever, and just how what happens in my brain like automatically and immediately when I hear music is probably so different from like I know it's so different from my wife, right? Who's not a musician.
No, it's like I'm talking to my friend Matt, who's not a musician, like being able to pick out, like, for me, when I hear a trumpet, like you hear an instrument that I know, that's what that is. But like you can talk to people who don't play any music and they like, oh yeah, that one, like that weird sound. I'm like, oh yeah, the violin. But it's just all one thing to the untrained ear.
I think
all one thing. That's how Laura, my wife, perceives it.
But also along that, sorry, go ahead.
I think a lot of people. I think this also relates to bassists in bands. Sometimes, like, people don't notice the bass at all.
You mean the easy guitar, the big guitar?
But it's
guitar
not.
light.
But it's holding. Again, at the same time, the bass is holding down anything. And if the bassist is messing up, you notice that because everything falls apart.
Carries a lot of weight.
I'm so sure they do. In my experience, I'm like, that was fucking horrendous. Every single time I get off stage, someone's like, that was really good. And I'm like, you have no fucking idea what you just watched.
Fine playing, young man.
Yes.
That was the worst that I've played all year. Like, that was incredible.
That easy guitar sure looked easy up there with 4 strings.
Yeah.
You don't have to play them all at the same time.
That's
so
Yeah,
good.
one at a time.
I use a 5-string, Ryan.
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Sam's
That's
like
still less.
looking real good. What does Brownie use? Is he a 5 or a 6?
I think he's a 5-string.
Okay.
5-string. Maybe a 5-string.
Let us know,
6-string.
Brownie.
Yeah.
Biscuit fam, let us know.
Oh, I do have one more actual question about DJing though, with the untrained ear thing. So like, but like what Max was saying, that if a DJ is good, you will notice. That's true in like the general sense for me as an untrained ear with DJing. Like if someone kills it, I'm like, that was awesome. But I don't know like what they did to make it awesome. You know, like is it just that I like the songs that they played, which are usually not even their own music? You know, obviously some they do that, but like,
Yep.
I'm like, did I just like the song selection, or do I like what he was doing up there, or
Right.
a little of both? I'm not
maybe a little
entirely
both.
sure all the times. Typically, I'll be like, yeah, I probably like what he's actually doing up there because it's a person who's in a position to where they're playing in a concert in front of thousands of people, so they probably know what they're doing.
They must be good
But
at
aside
this.
from just kind of being like, yeah, he probably knows what's going on. That's really all. That's the only thing driving my thinking. Like, oh, yeah, so I
Right.
killed it.
And I will say that I used to be like that, right?
Yeah.
And then
Well, you DJ now, and then you used to not.
Well, yeah, no, that's exactly my point. So like now that I've messed around on decks and like I have a pretty decent idea of what's going on, you know, I'll go to concerts where there's a DJ and I'll be able to point out like, oh, he's using this effect right now, and and like,
I
oh,
can hear this 'cause
he
I've
was
heard
really
this.
sloppy, you know, changing from this deck to the next one, right? So it's really, at the end of the day, the difference between trained and untrained. It's whether you know what's going on or you don't. And at the end of the day, though, in my opinion, it's all about entertainment value. And
you don't have to-
regardless of trained or untrained.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
for
know
sure.
what I mean?
And if it sounds good, it sounds good too.
Yeah, you don't have to
Exactly.
know what's going on to
Exactly.
like it. But I will, like, just for anyone else who has an untrained ear out there, you guys as people who know how to DJ, what would you say to, like, something that you know is hard to do, that probably someone like me has no idea what you're doing? Is there anything you would say to listen for? Be like, that was sick. And then when you watch a DJ set to an untrained ear?
I would say, personally, if the next track just like
Shocks you.
shocks you, yeah, exactly. If the transition was so smooth that you were like, wait a second, I thought this was the last song.
No, I know
When did
exactly
this
what
song-
you mean, too. Yeah.
When did this song start
Yeah.
playing?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah,
right?
what is
that?
hap-
Is it?
what is
yeah.
happening?
Yeah, exactly.
Those are good moments.
There are a lot of times, too, when you guys are DJing and you're like, oh, I fucked up that transition. I'm sitting there like, it sounded good. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But that's just because the record box keeps it in, you know, it's in time. It's going to sound
Beats
good.
and-
It's good
Yeah,
to some degree.
Not always.
Not always.
Well, yeah.
Especially with the classic rock stuff, like I was just playing, like the beat grid, like, you know, it attempts to pick like a consistent BPM, but you know they're pushing and pulling, and you gotta. Not every loop is gonna sound great, without a little effort. What was I just thinking? I don't know. Do you think that the being a musician hampers your ability to enjoy music sometimes?
No, it helps it, I think, right?
You think so?
Yeah.
I get really distracted sometimes. Like sometimes I'll hear a song come on and I'll be like, that hi-hat is so distracting. I hate the way that sounds. That splash cymbal is like phasing out the drum. That really bothers
goes in
me.
both directions though too, right? Like because you can hear a specific thing that you really really like,
Yeah.
and then you're like, that's all I can hear, and like that for me, that's all I want to hear.
That's such an interesting point because, you know, Steely Dan, one of my favorite bands, they are known as being like one of the best engineered bands of all time. Asia, one of the best sound. Asia is like most, I wouldn't say most, but like a lot of hi-fi enthusiasts. That's like the test album. You put Asia on because it's got so much detail.
Yeah.
And I think I can appreciate that album more because I can appreciate what is happening on every level.
Yeah, a band like Steely Dan, that makes a lot of sense for it too. Like, yeah, I think a musician probably enjoys Steely Dan to a different level than someone who doesn't understand music because they're doing so much.
Yeah.
They say Steely Dan is your favorite musician's favorite band.
Even like they make a lot of sounds in those songs that I'm like not 100% sure what it was. I'm like, I think that's guitar, but it could be cool keyboard. I don't know, man.
Me and you saw Asia performed live,
Dude.
in Montclair.
Yeah, it was the Impact, the Morristown Performing Arts Center.
Yeah, it was one of the best concerts I've ever seen.
It really was. It felt like ethereal, like we were like in another place for.
It's
that
funny
hour and a half.
because people will say that like Steely Dan's an amazing studio band, but then their live show isn't as great. I always heard that from like my parents and like stuff like that too. Like, and then all of a sudden we see that concert, I'm like, that was incredible.
It was
incredible.
It was so good, and like, you know, Walter Becker wasn't even there. Rip Walter Becker, and it was still incredible. I mean, they have some of the, you know, they had like all their mainstay characters. I'm trying to
Shout out Keith Carlock.
Dude, Keith Carlock, exactly. Like they just have some of the best players in the band. Keith Carlock. We'll have to look up the name of the guitar. Harrington. I think he's from Jersey too. Just like another cool thing.
Yeah,
from Jersey.
Isn't Donald Fagen from New Jersey?
Yeah.
Fagen. Yeah, Fagen's from. Yeah, Steely Dan is
Jersey
like that
Boy.
New Jersey band.
That's right.
yeah, man.
North Bergen or whatever.
Where's their rest stop?
Where's the Donald Fagen?
Yo,
stuff?
yeah. Maybe
Where-
after
we
he
gotta
dies, they'll make like a Steel.
Well, I mean, John Bon Jovi hasn't died yet.
Where would
Neither
you?
is Bruce
Dude,
Springsteen.
but he's
True.
Bon
Where in
Jovi.
New Jersey would you put the Steely Dan rest stop?
Where would I put it?
Yeah.
How many? What's up for grabs?
Well, where is he from? What part of Jersey is Donald Fagen from?
I think like the North Bergen area.
Really?
Yeah.
We
That's
could.
awesome.
What's the rest
Somebody
stop? that's
fact
at
check
the, Oh,
us.
that's James Gandolfini. That's
Yeah,
the
you
top
Can't
of the,
take that
It's
one.
like you can't be taking Gandolfini and you
rest
can't
in
be
peace.
taking.
That one's
you
Bruce
can't take
Springsteen.
Bon Jovi
Or Bruce
Springsteen.
Yeah, you
What's
can't
left?
take those.
And the
Whitney Houston.
No,
gotta-
you can't
take
take
it.
Yeah.
Oh, just
Yeah.
build a new
No.
one. You don't have to
Build
take
a
new
man.
ones.
You know
Yeah,
what?
build a new one.
Build a new one. I love rest stops.
Take the money
Yeah.
from all those tolls that the state's getting in and throw
Get
it
a
in
nice
Donald
little
Fagen rest
get a
stop.
nice little
Fagen
get a nice little get a nice little BK in there.
Yeah.
I'm not
Cinnabon.
gonna say it, but just imagine
Chick-fil-A.
like people who don't know driving by just saying the name of it. They'll be like, "What is this restaurant? The Donald what?" Well, who?
Yeah.
Walter who?
But yeah.
Steely Dan.
Rest stop.
Best.
But yeah, I feel like I don't know. I definitely don't notice things in music. I think as much as like Ryan would like for get things that bother me. But I definitely on the other side, I feel like I've grown to appreciate certain bands a lot more.
Yeah.
Like-
Go ahead, sorry.
Like Yes for me was
Oh,
like
yeah.
a band that in college like that was like the first band that like just like blew me away. And like I was like, how do they even make these songs? And it's crazy.
How you doing this?
How are you doing that? I don't know. Anyway,
Do you know that?
whatever.
No, I don't. It was just funny.
That'll be a good clip.
That's from Family Guy. Like someone was on acid or something. He was touching Stewie's head. And he's like, Stewie, your head is so soft. How you doing?
Is that the same? Is that the same as I'll sell you my shirt for a grilled cheese?
No, that's another good one. Stewie on Lot. Oh, that's so good. Sorry for interrupting.
Anyway,
I have a good example though for what you were saying about how you enjoy some stuff less. Is in high school I loved Van Halen, and then I didn't play music in high school though. Eventually started playing music, and as I've spoken to many of you about, the ride cymbal, they're just way too much in Van Halen. It drives me
Yes.
insane. I can't listen to a single Van Halen song anymore. And I'm not trying to shut on Van Halen. If you like Van Halen, that's cool, man. It's just the one. But
Power
that said,
Ride.
though, like I
Yeah.
don't feel like I have a less enriched musical enjoyment because I don't like Van Halen anymore. You know, I just don't listen to him.
That's fair. You like what you like
Yeah.
for the reasons that you like it. Arguably, like before you even became a musician, you were hearing that kind of stuff, and you were like, "I just don't love '80s music because it's very ride cymbal oriented."
Well, no,
and
that's
you
what I'm
just
saying.
didn't know
is
how to say
when
that.
I was in high school, I loved Van Halen.
Oh, you're
And
saying.
once I was
oh,
able to kind of start like picking out individual things and songs, and they stopped becoming
Yeah.
just one blob of music to me, and then separately cymbals, snare. You know what I mean? And then I was like, this guy really going nuts on that ride cymbal, and then it became eventually like, you got to shut up on the ride cymbal, man. I just can't do Van Halen anymore.
Yeah. I
All
think
about that bright ride.
that bright ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the ride cymbal's so good if used tastefully, and if you use it in 90% of your song, you can't use it tastefully at all anywhere. And I hate taking that out of your repertoire. I hate relying on one specific sound in all of your songs.
Yeah. Contrast is important.
It just drives me insane.
Yeah.
The ups and downs of music are really important, and like, you know, actually when we're like writing for the band Funkadelic Astronaut, like we spend a lot of time talking about which cymbal you should be on.
Always,
It's like
yeah.
one of the most common criticisms
Always
of how it
thinking
went
about
was
that
like you
stuff.
should have been on the ride here, or
Yep.
you should have been on the hi-hat
hi-hat,
here,
yeah.
Or you shouldn't have switched.
or you shouldn't
Right.
have switched
because then it just throws off the
It
jam.
changes the whole thing.
Especially like we're,
Yeah.
you know, as a jam band, I feel like if you want to build it and build it,
Yeah,
and
you gotta
like
kind of coordinate some of that stuff a little
Yeah.
bit.
Right, they are like bookends or like musical
Yeah.
cues for what is happening. Like the
gonna
ride cymbal
move
like almost
on or
always
whatever.
indicates that you're either in the chorus or you're
Right.
doing a solo.
Yeah.
And you're on the hi-hat for the verse, you make space for the lyrics. Like there's all this purpose behind like why that is that way. And then you listen to a band like Van Halen and then he's just wailing away on the ride cymbal and it's 22 inches and it's like really thick
Yeah.
and that's all you can hear and you're like, I actually hate this. I have a hard time listening to this.
5150 still rips, but aside from that, I have a tough time.
Yeah,
Very, very important band, nonetheless.
for sure.
Yeah, and Eddie's awesome.
Dude,
Eddie Van
Shout out
Halen's
Van
sick.
Halen.
Hot
All
for
the Van
teacher.
I'm
Halen.
okay with
Hot
David
for
Lee Roth
teacher.
and Sammy
Yeah.
Hagar too. Just Eddie Van Halen, this son of a bitch. I'm gonna find where that guy lives, and I'm gonna not do anything about it.
Eddie Van Halen.
Gonna look it up.
He passed away
I'm
recently.
just gonna look it up and then
Yeah, he
I'll
did.
have that
Yeah,
information.
yeah.
Okay,
2
where he
years
died,
ago.
perhaps.
Pretty
Well,
sure
good
his you can find where he's buried pretty easily.
and you can yell at his grave.
I can go there
Is
with
he-
a
is he in
ride
New
cymbal,
Jersey
just
too?
stand there for 12 hours in the graveyard in the ride cymbal. You like it now?
Oh, my goodness. Jeff hates the ride
Jeff-
cymbal.
I love the ride cymbal, but
Tastefully.
Tasteful
like
ride.
like this, you know.
Tastefully.
I want the ride cymbal in there like that.
Let it ride.
Let it ride.
See,
Let
Van
it
Halen's doing this
ride.
with it.
Right, dude.
Settle down.
Just doing a little time check. It's might be
spin
time
time?
for the next spin.
Yep.
A
Okay.
little more
Let's do it.
tunes.
All right.
Who's next?
got-
Who's up next on the decks?
Who's up next?
I guess
Is
I'll
Sammy,
spin.
Sammy Luba.
Yeah, maybe I'll bring out some originals. Maybe.
You know what,
And I
before-
know
Oh.
you
Well, let's discuss that real quick.
you
before-
busted out one of my originals.
Yeah, that third track Ryan spun. That was one of Sam's songs. The third
Oh,
one, right?
yeah.
We're
Or
all
second?
like, wait, talk about Sam's
Yeah,
song
right.
that
The
you...
really bad one.
No, I thought that was
That was
sick.
perfectly. It was sick, and then
yeah.
going into
That mix
what is it,
was-
Y or one?
This is like-
Going into the Pearl Jam song. was
Once,
sweet.
yeah, I bookended it with Once from Pearl Jam, and
such a good
the
song.
beginning was it? No, not Too Long, but the other like collab track on Discovery, Daft Punk, Not Too Long,
Face to face.
Face to
Face to
Face.
face.
That was
yeah,
such a
yeah,
good
face to
song.
face.
Oh,
Can-
so did you speed up or slow down Sam's song?
Probably, I probably nudged
Because
it.
you didn't change the Pearl Jam song tempo, right?
I think I might have based it around like this Pearl Jam song is where I'm
Yeah,
going.
that's what I was gonna
and
ask,
that
that's
would
what I
be.
figured.
It sounded pretty similar to the tempo.
I followed Kevin's rule, and I was like, these are all kind of plus or minus 3.
BPMs. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just locked it to 120, and I was like, this will sound fine either way. 120,
So
121
like
point.
going into your set, you knew you were gonna end on the Pearl Jam song, and then you picked 3 other songs that were within that tempo range.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Why Pearl Jam?
I don't know. Wants, dude.
know exactly.
Wants.
That kick drum sounded great on your track, Sammy.
Your track sounded awesome,
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah,
I
it
would-
did.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good
well,
job.
Let's see
job.
what let's see what
job.
these tracks sound like. I'm
Good
gonna.
job.
I have not mixed these before, so I'm going off the cuff.
Off the
the
cuff.
cuff.
Are you gonna do all originals?
Yeah.
Is that the attempt? That's sick.
Let's
let me
do it.
let me get out of the way for you.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Good luck, Sam.
Sam Luba. That was sick.
Oh,
Good job.
nice.
Good
We had a Sam
job.
Luba
Good
original
job.
set there.
All right.
I feel like we should always tell you did a good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like
Did a
that.
good
That
job.
should be the compliment, not like
Good-
amazing.
Good job. Good job.
Or-
Good job.
Good
I
job.
like that.
Good job.
If you
Yeah.
good job,
Yeah.
then you did a good job.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Good job.
In that in the first song, that there was a little build in it. Did you add that with the record box? Or is that part of the song already?
That was part of the song.
Can you add that with the DJ set, or is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
On
Yes.
this controller, there's something called the Mobius roll or something like
Yeah.
that. It makes an endless like sound that
Okay, cool.
going
Because
up.
I was thinking, like, listening to that made me remember that I've seen that in like every DJ set I've ever seen, and I'm like, I don't know whether that's actually part of the song or the DJ is like, it's time to build. Let's
time
go.
to build.
Yeah, it's
baby.
one of the more advanced FX.
Advanced
Ooh.
FX, right? You got to pay money to have access to that FX.
Because I'm 90% sure it's not on my controller.
So does it come with a
Flex
free
Store?
trial?
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
think so.
it's
No. Yeah.
Sad.
Rip.
It's got some effects.
Pay
on
to
it, but-
pay to play.
Some
Yeah.
FX.
The Flex 4 is a great controller, honestly.
Yeah.
It's as far as entry level goes, I feel like it's really,
Oh yeah,
really great.
instant end to the conversation of like, what first DJ controller should I get?
That one.
That one.
Yeah.
Works with both pieces of software, Rekordbox and Serato.
Yep.
Costs $300. Get it
Yeah.
for like $200 used.
Yep.
Sam Lubo will probably give you his for $50 if he's like in a bind,
Right.
But
And
it's
then
not
get it
battery
back.
and then get it
Right,
back for another. Just trading it back and forth.
But it's not battery powered.
It's
It
not
is not.
battery
It requires
powered.
some sort of PC.
Unlike
power.
the new Alpha Theta.
Yeah, I forget what that thing is called. It's like
Yeah,
in
I
the
don't
same
remember.
form factor.
Opus something? Opus Duo, maybe?
Opus does sound like the name of something. That's
I-
either the name of that thing or that
The
rotary
higher
mixer.
end one. Yeah, the Opus
Okay.
Quad, which is kind of like the RX3 or XZ kind of equivalent.
Gotcha.
Right, because it supports 4 decks. It's similar to that, but it's standalone.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
I have a hard time keeping up with the amount of hardware
There's
that
there's a
Pioneer-
lot
Too
out
much.
there.
Yeah.
Pioneer is just flooding the market. Well,
Yeah.
not really though.
Well, a little bit in some ways. I mean, Pioneer. I've learned like Pioneer last year. I think they actually acquired Serato, and I don't know
Yeah.
if like
Yeah.
the merger went through, but like they are planning to own the entire space.
Please
Well-
fix the stems on Rekordbox.
Yo, that's what people are saying though. Actually, is like there's some like red tape preventing the sharing of that technology right now. But like,
Please do
it's
it.
very soon, or hopefully soon,
Give the people what they want.
the people will get Serato stems in Rekordbox, and people will be happy.
Yeah.
Apparently, the DJ was it DJ Pro or what's that? What's
I
that
think that's what
alternative?
it's called.
Is
Pro
it
DJ?
Pro
or
DJ?
Something.
Oh, Newmark's thing.
Newmark's thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, their stems are fantastic.
Oh, really?
I haven't played around with it, but
Hmm.
from what I've read, it's actually quite good. Yes.
If anybody has a preferred software that they like to use
Yeah,
for DJing,
shout it out.
Shout it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like with the DJ Pro, and I'm probably butchering that. I'm sure I'll get roasted.
Sure,
No one,
you will.
no one is roasted us yet.
Not-
but we're-
not
we're ready.
only-
We got a roast today.
Not
good.
so
Alright.
basically, what you can do first off, you can hook up your Apple Music, not just Tidal, but Apple
Oh.
Music, and when you say, for example, you set up some loops or set up some hot cues, that actually syncs across devices.
That is neat.
Yeah, and it's not an additional fee, and I think Rekordbox is an additional fee.
Some of their
Come on,
cloud
Pioneer.
syncing features
They're-
require subscription. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can even sync it to like your iPad or iPhone from your computer.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
That's
pretty sick.
cool.
I
There,
like-
there are definitely use cases for that. I don't personally have that, but there are use cases.
Someone
for
will find that useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting by with just bringing my laptop everywhere. Like I
Yeah,
haven't
it
played
works.
in a club yet, so I
Yeah.
don't know. I haven't been on CDJs, but controller life is fine. I like having the computer. It's a bigger screen
Very true.
because you got to DJ with your eyes. You don't listen to the music.
That's
Not
right.
Yeah,
your,
no,
not your
exactly.
ears.
Not your ears.
Not your
Right.
ears.
With your eyes.
Definitely.
Beat sync
not
on.
your ears.
Right.
Eyes glued to the screen.
Earmuffs on.
Earmuffs on. We're gonna see a lot more
Always.
DJs wearing the Apple Vision Pro. Just like
That should be
Which
a se-
actually DJ Pro supports.
Oh,
they're the
wow.
ones.
That's right.
They're the ones with the Apple, the Vision
Oh,
Pro app.
That's cool.
DJ DEEJAY
No.
DJ
I think it's DJAY.
DJ
Yeah, DJ.
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 We should do a segment where we literally just DJ with our eyes and we have earmuffs on.
I think actually next week I'll bring the Vision Pro and I'll buy DJ and I'll do.
It's probably subscription based, so you'll probably only have to buy it for a month.
Yeah, cool. We'll try and do that in VR. I think I can like stream what I see to the monitor and stuff, so you guys can watch. We'll try that out.
Very cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I saw someone on the Vision Pro subreddit DJing with Tractor, which is Native Instruments DJ software, and he was in the Vision Pro, and he was just using like the mirror your display in virtual reality thing. But it was cool. I mean, his giant display of Tractor in front of him, and I don't know, it was cool.
I mean, listen, when the waveform is so close to your eyes, you really just cannot mess up.
You cannot miss.
Yeah.
Here's the one.
Yeah.
Press
1,
play
2, 3,
now.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just like a gospel drummer listening to his metronome. They have ones that talk 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, chorus 2. Oh,
Crazy.
that's how you get good though, playing in gospel. Gospel group.
Gospel drummers, some of the best around.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, like, we haven't even talked about Snarky Puppy yet, but that's
man.
like a whole group
Larnell.
of gospel
Yeah,
musicians.
sure.
Every Sunday growing up.
Yeah, just shredding. I mean, there's videos of Corey Henry, the organ player, like literally 8 years old at church, just ripping it, and everyone's just like, I see the spirit right here.
Yeah.
This might be a little sacrilege.
Right. They didn't say anything about the organ player.
They need to get that at the synagogues. We need
Yeah.
like some synagogue gospel going on. I don't know what that would be.
Gospel and like worship churches really got it down with like the hang and the barbecue afterwards and just vibes.
Yep. Chilling with Jesus.
Chilling with Jesus. What is drum chops for Jesus?
Yeah.
We need drum chops for Moses.
So drum chop. I can't say that. Drum chops
Moses.
for Jesus and Moses. For Nazareth.
Yeah.
Love drums. Love the
Yeah.
chops.
Great instrument. My favorite. My personal favorite.
Is it the most important instrument?
They do say a band is only as good as their drummer.
I've heard that before.
I think that might overstate the role a little bit, or understate the role of the other band members.
That's why our band's terrible.
Right.
I think so.
Yeah, that's why our
Yeah,
band sucks.
Yeah, jeez.
But yeah, I don't know. You gotta be able to hold a groove.
I think on the flip of what we were saying before, like some instruments are really like kind of not noticeable. Like the drums are always noticeable. Like you know when they screw up, you know when they're good. Yeah, like my dad, who's not a musician but is like very music oriented. Like he's always talking about the drummer. Like when we listen to something, he's like, "Oh, this band's got," listening to Dave Matthews Band.
Carter
it's like
Beauford.
Carter Beauford.
Yeah.
He's
Oh my
a great
God.
drummer. He
He
never
is so
mentions Stefan Lassard.
Or Dave Matthews.
Or
Nah, it's definitely you gotta be singer and guitar first, and then drummer probably. I think most realistically to most people.
I think it does
And then the
depend who you
drummer.
ask. This might go back to
Especially
the discerning ear conversation.
I would
that we
say
had
to
earlier.
the normie.
Well,
Oh, you mean
It's probably the singer and
hold
guitar.
on though,
Definitely.
because like, what bands do you know that don't have a drummer?
What bands do you? Well,
I mean,
Mumford and
that
Sons.
don't have it.
Gabrielle
Rodrigo
and Gabrielle.
Mumford and Sons,
Very
they have
good.
a kick drum, right?
Yeah, so
and that's really it,
percussion
but-
element.
Yeah. But there's still percussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends
like-
on the genre too, though. If you mess up a guitar,
Dude, what
you're
about,
playing jazz? It sounds like it's on purpose.
Oh,
If you play drums at a time, it doesn't sound good.
Play
in
that
any
mistake
genre.
4 times in a row. And
Then it
that's
becomes jazz.
That's your,
I
yeah.
don't know, yeah, or math rock.
Or
Sure, yeah.
wait, who's
you just don't understand this polyrhythm. you're just too dumb for that, Phil.
Right, it's too elite.
Dude, I love that idea of just like some band just like shredding it up at the bar. Nobody can pay attention. No one knows what's going on. No one's bobbing their head. Band just stops and they're like, "You're just stupid for this."
Weird Al Yankovic?
You just don't get it.
Polka
wish-
Power.
Polka Power. That's good. I think everyone would understand that.
Yeah. Mark Rebele.
A lot of people. Mark Rebele.
Rebele's cool.
He did
headlined-
Google I/O.
Yeah, I was just gonna say headlining Google I/O.
Yeah.
Oh.
With music AI.
I would love
Cool.
to have Mark Rebele one day.
Hit us up, Mark.
That'd
Yeah,
be
Mark.
I know
Yeah,
you're
sick.
semi-local
Marky
in New
Mark,
York
come through.
City.
Loop Daddy.
Loop Daddy. You're not that far.
We will buy you a kimono.
Yeah, dude, that would promised. If you
Yeah.
come on the show,
Done.
we'll give you
Done
some
deal.
robes. Leave us
Yeah.
some
Brand
robes.
new
Yep.
robe.
Brand new robe.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, and some undies.
Yeah, maybe some boxer shorts. Yeah, wait. So yeah,
You know, let us
Are you
know.
we
implying
need a
Mark
me
regularly
undies.
needs underwear?
Well, that's part
What?
of this thing. He's always got his boxer shorts out.
He's just in his hotel room with a robe and boxers,
Doing a live
or
stream.
some tidy whities.
Doing a live stream.
Yikes.
Always.
Yeah,
Shout out.
living it out.
Yeah. Love it.
So we gotta
Love
get
it.
that me undies
That all
sponsorship
started-
so we can give him
Me
some
undies.
boxers.
that all started with him selling an iPhone.
Dude, that's so funny. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's a video of the first iPhone launch in Manhattan, and everyone's like wrapped around the building. And there's this lady who's like hamming it up for the camera, and she's like, I'm going to buy out the first spot in line, and I'm going to buy all the iPhones in the store. And the first person in line is like 16-year-old Mark Rebelais.
really?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I did not know this.
So he sells her the spot, and then lady gets inside, and Apple employees are just like, yeah, just one per customer. So he gets back
Mark
in the line, and
Rebelais.
he gets his iPhone.
Sick.
Nice.
So
And I think he used the money to buy a synth or something.
really?
That's the story.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow, full
That's,
circle.
That's, that's
for
my
him.
point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what started it all.
His
Full
origin story
circle,
is
wow.
literally on the internet.
Yeah. Loop Daddy.
Loop Dad.
I love him.
All thanks
He's so
to
good.
Steve Jobs.
All praise.
I still need to catch him at like one of his like
Oh.
Manhattan sets, like out and just.
pop.
You
pop-up.
gotta see him, man. You gotta
you see him?
I saw him. I saw him in Philly like a year and a half ago. Yeah. It was
That's sick.
fantastic.
That's sick.
Fantastic.
Tell us more about it. Where was it?
What's for people who don't know about Mark Rebel?
Oh, yeah. Who is the
what's
Loop Daddy?
Yeah, give us a little
what
context
is the
here.
Loop Daddy? Basically, I mean, the reason he's called Loop Daddy is he will literally just, start playing a beat or, scat a noise, for lack of a better term, and then loop it. And he'll just basically build an entire song right then and there, completely improv.
And what does he use?
Very
What is that looping device that he uses?
It's like a Roland loop station. It can do like a couple of different tracks, and I think he uses like Main Stage or something like that on his Mac to make sounds. And yeah, like he has got no pre-recorded loops, right?
Yeah.
Everything is just
I mean, everything's with
He's
the microphone
at his
or the
concerts-
keyboard.
At his concerts, he does have a few like songs that he'll bring in. Like he'll through the loop, he'll play like certain songs, like the Your New Alarm and stuff like that.
Okay.
Right? But overall, besides that, 100% improv. 100% improv.
Is he playing keyboards?
Yeah.
He plays
And
like
then-
yeah,
does he
and
have,
then
like,
he'll
stringed
just like
instruments,
shake
too?
shit and
Okay.
like
Yeah, uses a lot of the microphone.
Very
Because he'll like loop
lot of
over his
microphone.
voice and like
Yep.
and
Nice.
make voice different sounds and like then
Yep.
that's
That's really cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
Reggie Watts before him.
yeah.
Yeah, and actually
Watts.
during COVID, he did a live stream with Reggie Watts
I remember that.
Oh, man.
and someone else. I forget the other person that was included in that.
That's really cool.
But yeah, it was a really cool event.
Who's the other artist that's kind of like him? Not exactly like him. He's not as maybe funny, but he has the theremin. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Matt, I feel like Matt
Yeah,
sent me
yeah,
something.
yeah.
He plays like the Rhodes piano and the theremin.
And he
What's
plays
his
like
name?
kick. He's so.
And he
he's so
played with
good.
that other dude who plays the didgeridoo. in
He's
some
like four. He's
collab.
not from. He's from like Europe or something.
from
Yeah,
the UK?
he is. I don't remember his name.
We'll
off the top of my head.
look
Dude
him up.
shredding
and,
the theremin.
yeah,
He's so
he
good.
like
awesome.
he'll be playing like 2-3 different synths and then just like wah.
yeah,
That's cool.
He's got like a bass going. With
Merc.
this,
Merc.
Nice.
Merzog or something.
Mezerg.
yes.
Mezerg.
Metzerg.
Mezerg.
Mezerg. Okay.
Mezerg. Yes.
There we go.
Yes, we'll link
There
him
we
down
go.
because he's awesome.
He is.
So
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Just like house music.
Yeah.
like, so good.
Who are some other one-man bands?
Oh,
Keller Williams.
Yeah,
I saw
sure.
Keller Williams at the Westcott Theater in Syracuse doing his like literally it was just him and he has all these loop pedals where he'll like have his guitar.
That's awesome.
And then he just keeps looping everything. It makes a full song out of it and jams on it.
Keller's very creative.
There was another electronic artist from the early 2010s. I'm trying to remember the name.
Is it Iodo?
Oh,
No.
bro, with the really like Dan Deacon.
Yes,
Dan
Dan
Deacon.
Deacon. Yeah.
Dude, Dan Deacon
He's
had some of the most
great.
chaotic.
Yeah, and he was above he was ahead of the curve in that like this was late 2000s. He would have everyone download an app and basically he would control the flashlight from everyone's phone as a part of the concert.
Whoa.
That's so
You just
cool.
have them like hold up their phone and would be able to control their phones with that app
Man.
as a part of the concert.
That's cool. It's similar
And
to
it's
like
also improv.
that's,
like
that's cool.
So
That's
cool.
similar to what they do at like MetLife sometimes. Like everyone
Oh,
has
yeah,
their
yeah, yeah.
wristband or
wristwatch.
something.
but that's why I'm saying it's ahead of the curve. That's
Yeah.
today.
That's right.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Right, and he probably like built that app himself or something. Like,
Probably.
we need this to happen. You know,
He was great.
that's such a cool idea, and like we've seen other bands in the jam band scene do some interaction like that. I think Umphreys did something like that where they got like a cell phone number and they put it up on the screen, and they would let you text song suggestions to the cell phone number, and they played whatever requests all night from the crowd.
That's pretty cool.
We've talked about some cool ideas for making our own version of something like that. If we ever did a live stream, maybe we could have some kind of like Pac-Man game in the background, or like even cooler doing that at a live show.
Yeah.
Did I send that video of like the hardcore band and the dudes in the audience playing Dark Souls, which is being projected behind?
I mean,
Wow. What a perfect.
It was it really was
Yeah.
perfect.
was it Fish who did the chess like they played chess against the audience?
Oh man,
think
so
so.
Was
cool.
that Fish? I think that was Fish.
I
Brilliant.
think it was.
Yeah. And
Was
they
that a
did
New
they-
Year's gag?
No, they
didn't
did
know
it
that.
back in like the mid '90s or late '90s, and then they brought it back in like the mid-teens, I think,
Okay.
and did one last play against the fans.
Gotcha.
That's so cool.
I feel like I have heard of
Oh no, I think it was during Dinner in the Movie.
Was that?
It was
I
during Dinner in the Movie
okay.
during COVID.
Yeah, okay.
They did another chess match.
All right. Very cool.
I would love to come up with some kind of like 1,000+ person interactive concert experience where like I don't want people on their phones, but the idea of like everyone being able to somehow participate, like
Something.
more
Yeah.
than just whatever listening would be really cool.
Or like a metaverse thing.
So, dude, that's what I'm really waiting for is like 10+ years from now, like you'll be able to get glasses at the door and you return them after the show. And when you have the glasses on, like it'll just be like Alice in Wonderland in the venue. Everyone will have their like avatar costumes. It's going to be so cool.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
We
Like,
will see that.
like associate it with like how they have the silent discos and stuff like
Dude,
that.
exactly. You'll have these like virtual events, and like you could even do the silent
Virtual
virtual events.
disco.
But dude, virtual disco would be so cool. I love the idea of like going to something and seeing how everyone expresses themselves in that kind of like
Yeah.
unlimited
And-
creativity
And then
environment.
you could
Yeah.
be like your own avatar, like in Ready Player One
That's
or
what
something
I'm
like
saying,
that.
dude.
Yeah.
And you're running
Yeah.
around, and like there's so many cool ideas with. I mean, I'm basically giving away like the idea that like I'm gonna build this, right? Like I've already
Copyright
started.
right
It's
now.
Copyright. Right now.
Copyright.
Hell yeah.
But like, yeah, the
Yeah.
technology is just not there for the consumer level or
Right.
whatever. Like, I've been to some virtual reality experiences where you get like an Oculus Rift and you walk around like a warehouse or something like that. But like, it's too heavy. You don't want to wear an Oculus Rift for 2 hours. It's got to be something different.
Yeah, and I've seen like what Maddie would always like go to like you could go to like Burning Man virtually or something like that.
Sure, a good friend, former guitar player Matt Matone is a
Yeah.
huge evangelist of the metaverse. I guess we could plug his thing too. He's got him and his wife run like a virtual art gallery called the Seed Gallery in the metaverse in Decentraland, which is like one of the bigger
Yeah.
metaverse. Metaverses, metaversi,
Metaverse.
metaversism,
I like that term.
The plural
metaverselium.
of verses, so I feel like
Verse
metaverses. I think that's all right.
All right,
What
buzzkill.
about multiverses?
Whatever, Jeff.
Whatever,
I'll tell you, I'm a
Jeff.
genius to know every word that's ever been spoken.
Modern day Shakespeare over here.
Modern day Shakespeare. Whatever Jeff sounds like a segment for this show, which is reminding me that we
Maybe it will
actually
be.
have some segments for this show. Perhaps we should segue into a segment for
We do
this
that?
show.
Can we do
Yeah.
Kevin's Corner?
Yeah,
Do
I
a little
think so.
advice?
Kevin's Corner.
Yeah, can we do Kevin's Corner?
I
Does
know
it-
you want to do the weather, but
I know, I
wanna just hit the
really want to
advice
get
real
to the
quick.
weather, but
We're
like,
gonna get to
who
it.
needs some?
What is Kevin's Corner? Wait, I don't even know if
It's
I know
just,
about
it
this.
It's like
doesn't matter.
Abby's place or whatever.
We're gonna ask him for advice. Anyone have a
Alright.
question?
Advice.
Anyone
Okay.
need any advice
Open
in
forum.
regards to anything in their life?
I feel like Jeff, you have a lot of.
I
good
went last
questions.
week.
Jeff's been asking a lot of
I'll
questions.
hit you with a
I don't
quick
think-
one, but I feel like we could get.
Hit him with a quick one.
I'm ready.
Well, my laundry's been shrinking a lot lately.
Shrinking.
What's going on there?
Oh man, you're probably running it too hot.
Too hot.
Yeah.
Too hot.
Gotta
Cool
get,
it
get it
down.
on that medium heat.
All right.
Medium.
glad
The
we got to
high
the bottom of
medium,
that.
low medium.
I don't dry any of my clothes.
In the dryer.
In the dryer.
You air dry.
Air dry
I
all
assume
right.
you're not walking around wearing wet clothes all the time.
That would explain a lot.
By the time I get here, they're not wet.
Right.
But
right.
no.
Is that why there's
Start
mold
wet.
everywhere?
When I put them on in the morning, they're soaking wet.
I love it.
Then they shrink to
great
fit.
in the winter.
all right? No. Only my sheets and towels. I only dry those in the dryer. That is.
I'm way too
So
lazy for that, but that's a good move.
You must have some sort of situation to hang your clothes
Yeah,
on.
one of those
the racks.
The racks.
folding racks.
A rack.
Max has a very nice
No, I'm
rack.
just curious. Yeah, what the setup is. Like, do you have a clothesline or is it a... I don't know.
Kinda. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those like metal racks. I got it off like Amazon or something.
Metal.
All right.
That's
Metal
cool.
metal rack.
If
Is
you
it
need your clothes to dry faster,
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
aluminium?
All right.
Is it the aluminium iRack from Apple?
I always grew up with a wooden rack.
The rack.
The wooden rack.
Do you remember that SNL?
The one that would fall.
the
all
iRack.
the
It was
time.
Mad TV.
We're putting.
It was Mad TV. It was
We're
Mad
putting
TV.
too many things in the iRack.
The Iraq is unstable.
That was so good.
Oh man.
Oh, dude, and then the Iran.
And I ran.
That's a good one. Flock of Seagulls.
Flock of Seagulls. Guitar Hero.
I
Or
have-
Rock Band. I forgot which one.
Oh, it might have been. I used to have this playlist on Spotify called like A Certain Kind of Vibe, and it was just like that was on it, and like there were just like other songs like that, like Billy Idol or like what's the Breakfast Club song?
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
forget
that-
about me.
Don't you
Yeah, dude, just like
80s.
forget
songs,
about
yeah,
me.
kind of 80s songs. But
Yeah.
like, you know, there would also
80s,
be
like,
like a
synth
couple.
pop or
It was hard to
whatever.
describe. It was a certain kind of vibe. Like Anna Molly was on there too. And
Oh
like,
my! I love
Wow.
that song. Wait, Incubus is so good.
it was like I should link that playlist because I think it's actually like a legitimately awesome playlist.
Incubus is amazing.
It's Incubus.
Incubus.
Now, if there were
Incubus.
more than one,
Incubus.
if there were more than one Incubus, would it be Incubi?
Incubi. I think
Incubi.
maybe. You know, it's funny. Anna Molly was always a song. Like when I was listening to it, like I didn't think they were saying Anna Molly in the song.
Isn't it an anomaly? Isn't
Yeah,
that what
I
they're
kept
saying?
thinking
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just. I didn't get.
That's kind of the point of the song.
If it wasn't
Fell
the
for the
title, I would
classic
never
blunder.
know it was actually Anna Molly.
It's like a good self-reference to the way that like bands from that era like exaggerated and replaced the vowels of like every word, the voice inside my head. You know,
Yes.
that video is floating around the origin story of that song from Blink-182.
A voice inside my head.
It looked like they were having a hard time getting that down in the studio. They were really, you know, just the way we slave over the ride cymbal versus the hi-hat. They're like, my head.
Oh, yeah.
It's my head, dude.
Does Travis Barker have a lot of ride cymbal? I feel like he has a lot going on when I listen
It's
to
like
it.
he's a
dude.
big splash cymbal guy.
Splash.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's more about,
Splash
he's into the tricks. He's always
Oh,
like
yeah.
spinning
Yeah.
the sticks.
Yeah, he's, I don't know, he plays a lot of 30-second notes. And
Well, speaking of a drummer that makes a band, like
Travis Barker.
Travis
Yeah.
Barker. Shout out Travis, big time. Also, like, guy survived, like, multiple, like, life-threatening accidents, I believe. Maybe
Did
it was
he?
just one.
Dang.
I didn't
Yeah,
even
he was
know about
in,
this.
like, a really bad, I don't know if it was a plane crash or something, but he,
Oh, it's crazy.
wow.
yeah.
And
And he's still
could be-
killing it.
I could be wrong, but he wasn't the original drummer either.
No,
was he?
they had one way back in the
Yeah.
day. I think for like Damn It. Like
Yeah.
that's not Travis Barker.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Travis Barker learned basically their entire, not catalog, but like their entire set list like in hours right before a show.
Oh
Wow.
wow.
If I remember
Wow.
that story
What
correctly.
a legend.
Yeah, like they
That's
basically
cool.
they hired him and they were planning to do a show, and he just came in and just learned it and was ready to go.
And that was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it.
That's
exactly.
cool.
Sick.
I
Yeah,
could
I
be
think-
wrong about that.
I love that.
I think
'Cause
Travis Barker
Hopefully
gets some.
someone tells me, but
Sure.
That's how
yeah.
Dave Grohl was hired too. He,
Wow.
he
Oh, wow.
went in
For
and
new
just
songs,
already knew
yeah.
every song, and they were like, "Oh, dude, sick."
even the songs that they didn't write yet, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, he had those ready to rock.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that. I hear he's an incredible drummer.
Oh yeah.
He even did like most of the early Foo Fighters albums.
Right, he
Dave
did
Grohl
most.
drummed.
I think the
He's
first
on a,
album he did the whole.
Even
basically the whole
even a
album.
Color in the Shape.
Yeah, dude,
that
one
was
of my
him.
favorites.
I'm
I was
pretty sure. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was gonna play Monkey Wrench in my set.
Oh.
It didn't have the right
Oh,
BPM.
nice. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he played drums on a. Oh, now I'm blanking on the name. It's not Stone Temple Pilots.
Them
It's,
Crooked Vultures.
No. Nope. Well, he is
He's
the
the-
drummer in
These
the
Crooked
Vultures,
Vultures.
but
Them Crooked
them
Vultures.
Crooked
Crooked
Vultures.
Vultures. It'll come to me.
Brain fire.
Hurry
Van
up!
Halen?
Hurry up! Yeah, wait, was he in Van Halen?
No, it's a '90s band.
Well, I
I ju- I
appreciate
just-
this
He was in
pause.
Scream.
I think I know what you're talking about. It was
Queens
one
of the
those-
Stone Age.
There it is.
Queens
Oh,
of the
yeah,
Stone
yes,
Age.
that's true.
Was it Songs for the Deaf?
I don't know.
No
I
way.
don't know their
I think-
catalog well enough to actually.
The one with No One Knows.
Yes.
Yeah. That Songs
That's
for the Deaf.
him on there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
That's
him on
crazy.
it.
I think
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Isn't Josh Home? How do you say his name?
I don't know.
Homie?
But yes,
I think you got it.
Homie Josh.
Isn't he also in them Crooked Vultures or one of those?
Yeah, he
Super
is.
bands.
Yeah.
super bands. Cool.
Super band.
Super bands. You know what else was a super band?
What?
Steely Dan.
Every iteration of Steely Dan was
It's a super band from the time. No, exactly. I was just thinking. I was just thinking when you were saying like, oh, he learned the songs like in a day or whatever. Asia, that crazy drums like break in Asia with that solo at the end. That's Steve Gadd on the drums, and allegedly he just came in for that session, and they put like sheet music in front of him, and like these are kind of the hits. There's this part of the end that goes like duh, but, and he just ripped it. The one on the album is like the second or third take.
That's sick.
Steve
Wow.
Gadd, like I don't know. He's up. He might be the most.
Best.
It's hard to say the best, right? Because that's subjective. But like,
I
I
mean,
think he's
one
the
of the
most
drummers.
like culturally impactful drummers that exist on the planet and have ever existed. Like
Whoa.
he's on more tracks that probably like I don't want to say everybody, but like 90% of people know than they even realize. I think.
What was
I mean,
he in one of
he's-
those like studio like the
Yeah, man.
the
Yeah.
Studio killer.
Yeah, that's what I guess those studio bands they used to have for the record companies. They just come in and be like, play this, and they're like, okay, well, let's go.
Yeah.
He's on so many just absolute classic songs. It's
So I guess that's the difference between him and like the Rush drummer, right?
sure.
I forget his name.
Neil Peart.
Neil Peart.
Yeah.
Thank you. My friend Ben will roast me for not remembering that.
Wait, well, so different in what way? What was Neil
Yeah.
Peart's?
Well, but I mean, he's known as one of the best drummers.
Sure.
right? By a
By-
lot of
by
people.
people.
Yeah, yeah.
By a lot of people. But
we'll say that.
he was in Rush,
Right.
And Rush alone,
Sure.
right? He wasn't on those random tracks and just happened to get a credit for it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of thing,
I think that's why the like who's the best drummer of all time, who's the best guitarist of all time, whatever. That stuff is, I mean, whatever. People are free to debate whatever they want, obviously, but like it's such a subjective thing. It's like, if you ask somebody who grew up listening to Rush, they're going to be like, yeah, Neil Peart.
Neil
man."
Peart's
Yeah,
the
100%.
Well, it's
Yeah,
also
yeah.
I think when you get to a certain level, it's just you're different, not like better or worse. You
Yeah,
know what
that's,
I mean? Like
that's exactly
Sure.
it.
like
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
like
yeah.
Neil Peart, I would say is maybe less culturally impactful than some drummers, just because he's just amazing. Like he's technically amazing to the
Right.
point where like he almost can't be culturally impactful to a lot of drummers because they're not good enough to replicate anything he does. Like he's
That's
just
fair.
so crazy
Yeah.
hitting every with a giant ass drum set that like
Yeah.
maybe
What-
that limits the cultural
Yeah.
impact. But sure, he's probably one of the best technical drummers I've ever seen. But
For
like
sure. Yeah.
just when you're gonna say best in general, it's
Right.
like no, they're just
Yeah.
different. It's
Exactly.
John
Right.
Bonham.
Well, if you
Right.
if
You
you
don't can't even compare John Baum to Neil Peart. Doesn't
Right.
make sense.
no, you
different.
can't. And
Yeah.
again, I'm sure there's some kid out there that like you see these videos of these kids that are just like insanely technically amazing at their instrument, and they're
Tony
not in a
Roasted
band. They're
Jr.
just they're no names, but there's so many people that are like insanely good at the instrument. Like
There's
so,
so
there's
many
it's
good
impossible to
players.
say who's the best technically.
Yeah.
So I guess where does that conversation even go? It's like I guess maybe it's your success, creative, like what is it? So it's all subjective. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also
Yep.
subjective. It's almost not worth like other than for your own
Sure.
list or whatever. Like
Yeah.
ranking that stuff, arguing about it.
Yeah.
What? Probably not worth it.
Yeah. No.
No.
That's why
Like-
the torch conversation is silly. Who
Yeah,
who
right.
cares who the premier jam band is
Yeah.
after Fish? Like there's a lot of great
Yeah,
jam
it's obviously
bands.
Yeah.
Goose. So.
It's obviously good.
It is.
Safest band on the planet.
We just didn't
Totally.
want to say it.
Definitely not Dopapod.
Nah.
No, it's
Oh.
actually Funkadelic Astronaut.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
Right.
But they
We have the torch.
Whatever happened to those dudes?
Yeah.
still
I don't
out
know.
there.
But
Yeah,
I hear they have a
Trey
podcast
Pistachio
now.
handed that to me online. Trey
We should probably get Kevin up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
We have
do
a
the
weather
hard-
right after you're
hard
done, all right?
Oh wait, we
deadline
didn't do the
tonight.
Oh, we did do the segment. Well, should we do the weather?
We
Just-
do.
We'll do that next.
We should probably check in on the weather.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Well, I don't have my phone next to me. Someone have a phone?
Does it matter when we do it? You just spin it. Who cares? Do the weather after Seb? You do it right now. Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
I don't know.
What do you guys
I don't know if we're gonna do the weather. I was hoping someone would like take out the phone and get the
Oh,
thing.
well,
going.
I
Spin,
can't
I'll
do
take
it.
my-
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
Kevin.
do it after.
Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
No
Kevin
weather.
O'Neill on the decks. Let's
Well,
go.
Do we need to bridge ourselves?
Stick around for the weather.
That section there was confusing.
Kevin O'Neill on the decks.
On the ones,
Oh
twos.
yeah.
Kevin's always has like the most interesting endings to his set. I think sometimes it's like legit, like I intended to do that, and sometimes it's like that's just what happened.
That's exactly right, Ryan.
It's either that or the other thing.
Yep.
I couldn't help but notice that you played the same song for about 4.5 minutes of your 5-minute set. Was that a strategic decision?
It was more so. So I mixed those songs a couple weeks ago, and I messed around with it some more, and I found a little bit of a better way I wanted to do it. So I wanted to just try that out.
All right. Well, it sounded better.
Yeah.
I
Thanks.
think.
Good time.
A little more structure to it. I got rid of the instrumental stem from the Mac Miller song, and that helped to like get rid of some of the weird stuff that happened last time.
Oh, did you actually use the stems feature?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sick. Bringing
Stems
it back. Full
feature.
circle.
Yeah.
Stems. All about
Very
the
nice.
stems.
Got some weather going?
Good
That's
job.
cool.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
I think it's
right.
time for everyone's favorite segment of the podcast. Kevin does the weather. So our weather, I don't know what Jeff's role is here, but the person with the phone who's going to look up the weather is Jeff. And all right, so
That's my role.
that's his
That's
role.
right.
All right, what part of the let's get out of North America this time.
Okay.
Oh, we're doing the whole world. It's not just...
Antarctica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too hard if we're going...
Exactly. All right, sure. You're right, and we got to keep it to right now, so we got to factor in the time of day. We'll
What
get,
about London, England?
okay? That's good.
I
One thing I might need help with is time differences.
I was just gonna say we can give
Plus
you some
5
help.
hours.
Plus
Plus
5.
Plus 5 hours.
Okay, so it's like 2 a.m. there.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's June.
No, it's actually August.
It's August in
summer.
London.
Summer 2024.
Bonus points if you can do it in Celsius.
Celsius. Oh, I don't know about that.
But that's bonus
Okay,
points.
wait.
You don't have to do that.
Okay, so
You know,
we're just
you-
looking for.
You can do Fahrenheit.
All right, I'm gonna do Fahrenheit.
Yeah, yeah,
London
Don't
is
go for the bonus
probably like
points just
a strong 68 right now.
Bro, it's 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
London is 50 degrees.
Even 50
So it's a lot cold.
degrees.
I've never been to London.
London had a high
a lot
of
colder than I
67
thought it
today.
Mostly-
London sucks.
Mostly clear. London
Wait,
is
what was
one.
the high today?
Jeff
Sorry.
hates London.
Yeah, dude.
Honestly-
67 June? Get the hell.
Wait, honestly,
Yeah.
I did a little
Heck outta
backpacking trip like years ago, and I went to London for 2 nights. It's so boring.
No, you had a backpack?
They say it's
You
it's
didn't
rainy.
go to the right places.
It was. I mean, I just got there. It felt like just like Manhattan in a way. Like I
Sure.
don't know. It was
Except
alright.
the
It's on the
roads
other
aren't in a
side.
grid. But you didn't go to the right places.
Yeah, maybe
Just
not.
like Manhattan.
I also
Manhattan
got
can
my-
be boring.
I also got my phone stolen. So
That'll also do
bummer.
it.
That
Yeah.
also
That can
Yeah.
also happen in Manhattan.
Yeah, very easily.
yeah.
You're probably looking like a dweeb out there. Like, where's
No, so-
where's the thing?
I got
where's
ki-
McDonald's?
I got
Where's,
ki-
where's the eye?
we were staying
Sbarro?
we were staying with a friend of mine, and she kicks us out at like 8 a.m. and we couldn't get to our hostel until like 12, so we like were sleeping in a park, and I had like
Wait, but why? Sleeping between 8 and 12?
no
What?
so
In the
like
morning?
in the
Yeah,
morning, so like anyway, so then we
But why were you sleeping
Get
at that
some
point?
coffee.
because I was still tired.
Wake
yeah,
up.
I don't know. I was tired. We went out last.
Go to a
the night-
cafe.
We went out the night. So we waited. So there's nothing.
some tea.
Okay. So the reason what there was no places even
Tea,
open.
Oh,
until
there were
like 10.
There were, no.
Anyway, I don't know.
No.
This is what happened,
No.
Max. Okay, this is
No.
what happened. So we're sleeping in a park. We catch up on some sleep. I'm wearing Jordan sweatpants, and I have
Those
your
get
phone
stolen?
I have my phone in my pocket. We're walking to the breakfast place, and then all of a sudden, I get to the breakfast place, and my phone is not in my pocket anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what happened.
Do you remember anyone like knocking into you? at
No,
all?
so we stopped at. I remember we went like to this little triangle cross street to cross the street. You know, this little
Sure.
like island
that
triangle
triangle.
things.
The one.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's where it happened.
I'm
Oh,
sorry
yeah.
to hear that you dropped your phone in London. Let's another area to do some weather on.
Yeah,
got
back
some
to the
more
weather.
I was thinking Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon.
Mm.
You know, I'm actually.
What's the
going
time
there in
difference
August.
there? It's minus. Is that -5?
Minus
Time
3.
difference?
Minus
Three,
3.
three,
Minus
right?
3. Yeah,
Okay.
minus 3.
I'm pretty sure last week we said California was -5. That's not true.
-3.
It's -3.
Okay.
Is California
actually
It's
still
Actually,
-5
we
over
did.
3.
Wow. I did not
Times-
catch that.
And I wasn't sure if I should jump
No,
in
it's
or
definitely
not.
minus 3.
So Portland right now is feeling like a strong.
Right, 6 p.m.
Oh, 6 p.m.
Peen.
Sun's probably still
Am
up.
and Peem.
I'll go 72
Ooh.
and,
How about
and,
the,
and
like,
clear.
Cloud cover?
76 sunny.
All
saying it's clear?
right.
I think that's close
That was
enough.
close.
That's pretty much
All
the weather,
I'd give,
too.
him, I'd give him a weather
All
coin
right.
for that.
Can
one.
I?
good one.
Can I give him one? Can I give?
Yeah.
Can I give him one that's just a little bit more north? I think, but it's relative.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Seattle, Washington.
Oh.
Sure.
It's like the same location. This should be a
20
layup,
miles
buddy.
north.
It should be a layup, but you never
Wait,
know.
here's your data. Portland, Oregon was 76 and clear.
Yeah, okay. Seattle's going to be like 70 and cloudy.
That was such a good guess. And actually,
67 sunny.
I'm going to give it to him because it says 67 sunny, but it does say at 7 p.m. it's going to be cloudy.
All right, I'll take it.
All right.
Does that count as a weather
weather
point?
point?
It was
for
a
that, too?
high of 70
That one
today.
might have been too easy.
Okay.
Do we do
Half
that?
weather
So
All right.
you
I think
weren't
I'm not
bad.
doing half.
Weren't bad.
Well, it's all or
You know,
nothing.
I'm calibrating. It's
we
it's
should
getting,
get a a poster board or something and give him like little sun stickers for each
Yes.
like,
dude.
successful
Bring 'em
weather.
So we have the gold star board
Yes.
somewhere from the
Yeah.
band.
Yeah.
We'll get some sun stickers and let it be known
still
that
have to
Kevin
yeah.
Kevin gets one sun.
Did I get one last time too?
No, you
No.
didn't.
Okay.
Well, can we
You
still?
you were very off
All
last
right.
time.
I'm like 1
we
for
can still
6.
do stars because the sun is a star, so we can still do stars.
Okay.
Sure.
We do.
gonna call them weather
We
coins
have
regardless.
star stickers.
Yeah, we're
we
gonna
have
Alright.
a ton of star stickers.
All right.
I made sure of that.
All right.
Well, speaking of, maybe
Well,
you're about to
wait,
do the exact same
wait.
thing.
But one more thing.
Okay, one more
Where
thing.
in the
Oh,
world is
Jesus.
Kanye West?
Oh, bro.
Great question.
You know what?
LA.
I'm gonna actually veto that. Yeah, right. LA. I'm gonna veto that segment. Next week. I'm actually gonna come prepared. I'm gonna do the due diligence. I'm gonna go on Twitter. I will let you guys know what is up with Kanye West next week. I'll let you know where he was, what he was doing,
Okay.
Which
he was,
album he was working
what he was working on, what he was wearing.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys know.
All right.
So Kanye
But
fans.
I'll
can we-
bet that it
Watch
was
out.
Yeezys.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Or
Well-
those
well, wait a
those
minute.
slippers.
Yeah.
that are
the
socks.
rubber thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't he
Yeah.
hate all of his deals because they all dropped him? Does he wear Yeezys?
Well,
I think he got
I mean,
new deals.
He's got new Yeezys.
Adidas
Oh.
definitely marked them like half off recently in some stores.
Well, that's good. So Kanye
not
can
sure.
afford to get some more of his
I
shoes.
see a bunch of
Or
these
half off.
kids at the courts, like literally like teenagers, like wearing Yeezys to the basketball courts.
to play.
I mean,
And
why
I'm like,
not?
you're literally gonna hurt yourself.
well,
why are you doing that?
Shoe looks like a roller skate.
So, question there: are you wearing Yeezys when you hurt yourself?
No,
Oh,
I was wearing when I tore my Achilles. Though I was wearing Kevin Durant mid tops, and he is infamous of tearing his Achilles.
There you
Okay.
go.
I needed
dude.
to burn
That's
them.
why.
That's definitely the
So,
shoes.
it was
It's
all
not
the
the
shoes.
stretching.
No,
It's all the
it has nothing to do with the fact that Sam never stretches before he plays.
I don't think you can
basketball.
stretch your Achilles though. I don't know.
What?
All right.
I don't know.
What?
Anyway,
Well,
anyway,
I like
ladies
to
and
believe
gentlemen.
that. Let me believe
Hold
it.
on,
Let
hold
me
on.
believe that, Max.
Roast.
Can you
Let me
just, like,
believe
go
it.
like this?
This is literally.
You know your Achilles is like what connects your foot to like
I
the
am
calf
very
muscle,
well
right?
aware
Like,
now.
okay.
Well, he did stretch it real hard that one time. When
Yeah,
Sure,
right.
good point.
which is why it tore. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me
Let
believe that.
Let me live
tear my Achilles in
live
piece.
this life. Well, so back to the weather. Seattle, Washington,
Yeah.
I think is a good segue to our next segment. I think we have a special guest in the
Yep,
building.
he is in the green room right now.
And he may or may not be somewhat related to Seattle, Washington.
Is he though?
Just
He
by
is.
not
His
by like
scene
birthright.
is related to
Okay, the
Seattle.
I mean,
Washington.
directly
fair,
related.
fair.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
that's where
Okay.
they were based out of.
That's where
for sure.
time was spent.
It's where he'll die.
Maybe.
Um,
Well, let's tone it down, Jeff. He's over there. Okay.
Yeah, he's in the other room.
He's right there. We don't want to.
he would agree with me. All right.
We don't want to scare him away. Right
not
now.
sure about that one.
Right.
You ask him where he's gonna die, he's gonna say Seattle every
All
time.
right.
All right.
Is he?
We'll see about that.
Let
We're
me
gonna
go,
find
let-
out.
Let me go
All right,
grab
Sam,
him.
go back to
Hopefully
the
you
green
didn't hear
room.
Jeff.
Make sure you didn't hear that.
All right.
And we'll
all right.
bring out the special guest.
Hopefully, he actually
Try to
arrived.
remind him of his mortality. I might.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the surface of the internet, we are pleased to welcome our next special guest to the podcast, Mr. Eddie Vedder. My baby's in love with Eddie Vedder. She's so crazy about that Eddie Vedder.
I don't know.
Oh, wait, you need the music? Just sit down. Eddie, sit down. I have been waiting all day to ask you how you feel about that song, My Baby's in Love with Eddie Vedder. I don't...
be directly in front of the camera.
I honestly barely remember that song.
back that up, Kevin. What the hell are you doing?
There we go.
What the hell are you doing?
Why are you being so mean to this guy over here?
It's Kevin.
Just trying to help him out.
He's the
Alright,
drummer.
Kevin.
He's the drummer.
Well, that makes sense.
That makes sense. Exactly. So, Mr. Vedder, thanks for joining us on the show. Like I was saying, you know, that song, My Baby is in Love with Eddie Vedder by Weird Al Yankovic on the album Running with Scissors. How do you feel about that one?
I actually really enjoyed that song. It was pretty accurate.
When I was a kid, I was super into Weird Al. Weird Al was actually the first like real concert that I went to see at the PNC Arts Center, and I did not know who Eddie Vedder was when I heard that song for the first time.
Really?
So my apologies for not knowing who you were.
Well, all right, that's cool.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. You seem are you finding that stool all right? You seem
The
like
stool's fine. I don't know.
you're finding your way over there a little bit.
You know. Now that I see you in person, you kind of look like Jerry Garcia a little bit.
I was thinking that too.
I've heard that
Suspiciously
before.
Jerry
Suspiciously
Garcia.
like Jerry Garcia.
Hopefully,
You get that a lot?
Hopefully, in his younger years.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take that as a compliment.
Do you also?
Okay.
Probably the exact same year, but
How old would Jerry be today? Do you ever get confused with the dude from Big Lebowski?
Yes, yes, a lot. I love that movie though.
I often confuse Eddie Vedder with the dude.
The dude,
So do you like White Russians?
not
The drink.
particu-
The drink, not
I'll have a White Russian every once in a while. Are you offering?
not right now.
Not right now. Mixmaster Max is it's closed right now. The bar is
Yeah,
closed.
the bar is
Yeah.
closed. It'll open soon.
Okay.
That'll be the next new segment on the show.
I'm waiting on some liquor licenses. Yeah.
The liqueur license.
New Jersey is very strict with that.
Notoriously.
Yes.
It's impossible to get weed licenses. Possible to get liqueur licenses.
Yeah, I mean, you know, my sister opened a restaurant recently, and she had to actually
Oh,
push
that's
the
awesome.
soft opening one day because of the liquor
The
license.
liqueur license.
Yeah,
That's tough.
true story.
There's a limited number of liquor licenses that can
Per
be
town.
issued per town.
per town.
Per
yeah.
town.
Did you know that?
You know that,
No,
Mr.
Is
Vedder?
Is that the same? Where did you grow up? Illinois.
Illinois.
Is that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that the same in Illinois?
I don't think so.
Yeah, are you not an expert in liquor?
No.
licenses in-
Liqueur licenses.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no.
That's fair.
Could've sworn.
Not
Could've
many
s-
people are.
Could have sworn.
Yeah, not many people are. I get that. I
Well, you
get
know
that.
what? This is a music podcast after all, so
We should probably
we should-
revert to the
we-
music.
we should go
Yes.
back.
we should know about the liquor license
should.
laws in every in
Yeah, I
every
mean,
state.
you guys want to talk
That'll
about
be the next
course.
segment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can talk about music if you want to talk about
Talk about
music.
dudes
I
a little
know.
bit. Yeah, well,
the next segment we'll talk about the liquor license laws in Texas.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
that'll be the
But
next edition.
so I guess a musical question for you. Who did Fish pass the torch to? Do you know who Fish is?
I do know who Fish is.
Oh, okay. Just
Can't
making
say I
sure.
listen to them very much.
Oh, okay.
But
Do you know? Do you even know
You know
what I'm
about the
talking about
torch?
with the torch?
No.
Oh, okay.
I heard it was
No,
Goose.
that's fair.
What are you
I
talking
can understand.
about?
We're talking about how Goose took over the jam band torch from
Goose.
Yeah,
Who's
you know-
Goose?
Yeah. He may
You
not
don't
be
ask me.
interested.
Who's
Goose?
You know about Goose, dude?
So we should probably not talk about jam bands with him. He probably doesn't know
Well,
a lot about jam
I
bands.
mean,
well, go ahead, Mr. Vedder.
what? What were you gonna say?
No, I was going to say that a lot of people actually consider Pearl Jam to be jam band adjacent.
interesting.
I
Have
could.
you heard that before?
Yeah, and also, our name is Pearl Jam,
It's right in the name.
so
Well, so, Pearl Jam is famous for kind of doing what Fish does on tour and trying not to play the same set list twice.
That's
Maybe
true.
even going as far as not playing the same song twice.
yeah. I mean,
Interesting.
listen. I mean, in that sense, like Fish, we have our own Sirius radio station that just plays a bunch of our live stuff, and
That's
it's
right.
a lot of different
Comparisons
stuff.
are endless.
We definitely try to make every show a bit different, and it keeps the fans engaged.
I love that you say that, because Pearl Jam fans are really just as rabid as any other fan base. They're really serious. They'll go on tour with the band the way, like Dave Matthews Band fans, I think, are another one. It's like, this is my 40th Dave show or whatever. A lot of
Yeah.
Pearl Jam diehards.
Yeah.
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 Can we hear that iconic yaha a couple times?
Yeah.
Can I ask you something real quick? I'm
What's
sorry.
up?
What are your thoughts on Chad Kroger?
Oh, shit.
Chad?
You know about Chad?
He's a Chad.
He is, but some would say that his voice and your voice
Are very
are
similar.
very similar.
Well, Chad Kroger and them, they when they formed, it was pretty much right around, like, the end of the, what was it, 90s?
We didn't do the
Believe
research,
so.
unfortunately. We didn't even do the research on you.
If
we
anything, it was pretty much like right around then, turn of the
on the
century.
Is that Eyes Wide Open?
That's Cody's.
Arms Wide Open.
Arms Wide Open.
I think that was I don't think that was Chad Kroger. I think that was
Who was that?
That was Creed.
That's Creed. Wait, so who's Chad Kroger?
That's Nickelback.
That's
Creed is
Nickelback.
Scott Stapp.
Oh, yes,
Gonna get roasted. Gonna get
you
roasted.
remind me. Yeah, it's pretty similar to my voice, I would say.
Trying to think what else. tie it around here. Do the DJ set earlier, I think I ended my set with Once. Can you tell people what that song is about?
Oh man, once. It's just about once
It's about once.
upon a time.
Once upon a time, I could control myself. I heard it was
Yeah,
about
no,
being a serial killer.
That also is probably true.
Once upon a time, could control myself.
Yeah, if you listen to the lyrics, and maybe you'll figure out for yourself what it really is about.
I thought you could confirm for me. I think actually the first 3 songs of that album are like a mini vignette of a serial killer or something like that.
Yeah, well, it's, one
what they
of
say.
the tracks on there though is "Alive," and that was a song I wrote surfing, and it was one of the first songs I brought to the band, and I was glad that they dug it because it was really a more personal song.
Is that true?
Yeah, it really is. And yeah, no, it was kind of a risk that I took. I wrote that song, I sent it to them, and they, really,
That was your
They dug
demo
it.
tape for them?
in a way, yeah,
That song's sick.
It is.
Great song.
turned out to be
One of the classics.
Yeah.
One of the classics. 10, the album, is on a lot of lists as being like one of the best albums of all time.
Not
Thank you.
apples.
It wasn't on Apple's list at all.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
That's
Which
Yeah, there's
Apple's
a lot
list
of
is
shade
garbage.
there.
Swing and a
Apple's
miss.
list is
Apple.
garbage. Sorry, Apple.
Yep.
You
Swing
know,
and a miss.
I
Not
don't
making the cut.
Yeah, I'm switching to title.
yeah.
Whatever.
I think
You-
Apple's list was made to like upset people.
Well, all of them
Sure.
are.
Yeah.
If you read a
That's
list
fair.
and it's like perfect, you're like, good job. And
You're
you
not
never
gonna
think
sh-
about it again.
Unless it's
but
like
if it sucks, you make 100 comments about
they
how
need
much
to
it
make
sucks.
So
they
true.
need to make like an IMDb for music.
Is that Wikipedia?
IMDb.
Is
No.
that Discogs?
Oh, is that Discogs?
Ha,
there's some
it
good
might be
websites for that.
Discogs.
Did that used to be what.cd?
Rest in peace.
Yeah, what.cd.
Man, I went to that
Library of
website
Congress of
recently.
Music.
I went to the URL what.cd,
Yeah.
and it had some saying that made me really sad about how can a bird in a cage ever fly free or something like
Oh.
that.
Yeah, and
It's-
it probably also ended with like "So long and thanks for all the fish."
Potentially.
That sounds
so.
very
Yep.
grunge. I like it.
Very grunge. What does grunge mean to you?
Grunge.
What is grunge? Actually, that is a good question.
Man, that is
Besides
a tough
flannels.
question. Grunge is a feeling, I think,
Mm-hmm.
mostly, and like I think especially coming out of the Seattle scene, the grunge, is a very depressive place.
It's slow.
And a lot of
depressive.
rain, but it also is a cathartic feeling. I think that the grunge music elicits. It takes that sound, and it has a lot of pain in there, but then at the same time, listening to it is cathartic, and I think it can make you feel better.
So it's release music.
Yeah.
What are some other bands that are lumped in with Pearl Jam?
Well, Nirvana.
Sure.
Alice in Chains, amazing. Stone Temple Pilots.
REM.
Maybe.
I love Orange Crush.
Nickelback, like you said. No, I don't know.
How does it make you feel that Michael Stipe's been ripping you off all these years?
I try not to think about it.
But
I'm not.
ripping
You
him
know,
up.
it's a lot of. I try to make myself happy as much as possible. It's not. There's so many things that could bring you down. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
Mr. Vedder, I just want to thank you so much for coming on our podcast.
Yeah, no problem.
We are unfortunately out of time for this episode. This is our longest episode to date, I think.
Yep.
Right.
So we just wanted to say thank you to our listeners on the surface of the internet. Thanks for checking out episode 5. Give us a like down in the comments section. Subscribe to the podcast if you haven't, so you can see more from our special guests like Eddie Vedder and Jerry Garcia in the future. Mr. Vedder, thanks again for coming on. Do you think you can play us out here?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, take it away. Thanks
All right.
again.
Well, let me just bring this a little closer so I can. Sheets of empty canvas onto sheets of clay. Her legs spread out before me as her body was dead. Oh, 5 horizons revolved around her soul as the earth to the sun. Now the air I've tasted and breathed has taken a turn. Ooh, and all I thought was everything. Ooh, I know she gave me all that she wore. And now my bitter hands share beneath the cloud of what was everything. Oh, the pictures here, all been washed in black, tattooed in the I take a walk outside. I'm surrounded by sunken blade. I can feel her laughter. So why do I say? Ooh,
Thanks, Eddie.
Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Internet.
Hopefully, we'll see you next time.
All right. This was episode 5. Who's up next? We'll catch you out there.
I think you played that song really well.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
Thank you.
I think when we mix it too, it'll sound
Yeah.
good.
You were like, pull your head away.
Yeah, and you were like, oh, let me get closer.
I like how you're just like,